Very good morning. On my behalf, my name is Petri Kemppinen. I'm one of the host moderators here, and very, very pleased to be able to hold this session with the Flanders, who is our guest region this year. Please welcome Jules Debrock. You are the managing director of Flow Postproduction.
Yes, that's correct.
And what do you do at Flow?
At Flow, we do all things image post-production. So that goes from on-set dailies to color grading, visual effects, animation, title design, and also delivery to cinema and streamers and everything. With the focus now more and more on visual effects, because that's an interesting thing in terms of co-production. As Samuel also mentioned, post-production makes sense because it's an easy spend. And now with the technology of remote streaming and remote working, even grading from different countries on one system isn't a hassle anymore. So that happens more and more. People don't need to be physically there anymore.
Yeah. So it's picture post and effects actually.
Yeah, that's correct.
And no sound.
No sound.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Do you have a partner to work with in sound if I would be asking for a quote on the total package?
Yeah, that's a question we get a lot, and we indeed have a lot of people we like to work with. And we feel that foreign productions are asking for like a total package, but that's something we could offer, of course. We have several people specialized in several niches to present as well.
Yeah. Tell me about the growing interest to VFX, because it's obvious also from your showreel that you're more and more going into that direction. So where does that come from?
I think because it's getting democratized more, and also producers and directors, we still feel that, but they are sometimes very scared of visual effects, and they see it as like a big sinkhole for their money for some reason. We try to change that perception and also guide producers and directors into the sometimes complex technological process by advising and also showing what's possible. But a lot of things used to be very difficult in the past. For instance, all these blood hits, they used to do it on set, have to change wardrobes, wash the clothes, do it again, reset, do new wardrobes. But those things are completely done now, and in visual effects it's really a couple of clicks and it's done. So it's getting democratized, and of course we're bombarded with visual effects, all these Marvel projects which sometimes go over the top. So we try to find a nice balance by adding the necessary production value without going over the top. And also, we're not confronted with those big budgets.
Where do the people that work for you come from? Is there a lot of training in Belgium, or I mean, how is the structure being built up?
Yeah, we now have a school in Belgium which does animation, 3D, and also game design. They won the award for best 3D animation game school a couple of years in a row. So there a lot of people come out of school, but it's indeed very difficult, and we sometimes have to source from other European countries. We now have a visual effects supervisor coming in from Canada, having worked at big companies. So the scouting of the talent is really important. Also, because a lot of the artists just can work from home for a UK company, get paid a lot more than what we can offer, and just be in their living room. So we have to counterbalance that with a nice work-life balance, a good working atmosphere at the studio, nice cooked meals and stuff like that, just to make things appealing and get them to work for us.
What is the scale that is most fit for you in terms of the size of the project?
That's because we're in Belgium, and because of the tax shelter being one of the first successful tax credits shelter systems, we are used to working with foreign crews and quite flexible and adaptable in that sense. So I would say we worked for a €1,000 short film up to last year we did a Paramount show with 2,000 shots that went over 1 million. So the scope of project is quite broad.
You already mentioned about the changing times and you didn't say the traditional filmmakers, but I kind of interpreted that in a way that it's sometimes complicated to explain what you are doing, and you need to kind of be a person or have a person who is in between the artists and the film side creators. So in a way, how do you see this evolving? What kind of profession will be there as a mediator between post-production and the
Well, that's mostly the in-house visual effects supervisor is someone between our in-house producer handling money and all the arrangements and the clients. So that's someone we don't burden with all the financial stuff of a film, and that can just do his thing creatively. And when needed, the visual effects producer steps in. But we try to decouple that so we can go for the artistic goal of the project and not having the money in the back of your mind the whole time.
What is the effect of tax shelter for you, for your company?
That's a big effect, I think, for all companies in Belgium. Sometimes also scary because you're getting quite dependent on the system. So for us, it's really a relief that sometimes we get US projects without any tax shelter money attached, just because they like to work with us, free money. They don't have to spend it in Belgium, but they do. But the tax shelter system is really important, and I think that goes for all companies. And it really professionalized the Belgian sector as a whole. I think it really made us from nothing to really professional and very well structured with all possible facilities for such a small country.
Yeah, so it's been in a way enhancing the possibilities of creative people to work. Actually.
Yeah, definitely, a lot.
What is your experience with the Nordic countries?
We've been doing a lot of Nordic projects lately, and it was always a joy to work together because they have a focus indeed, as Samuel said, on it's quite high end. They know what they are doing and they're quite professional. And of course, it's a different culture, but somehow we connect quite well, which is sometimes more difficult with other European countries. I think the Nordics and the Belgians, they have a good click or something.
I noticed the snow scene on the clip, and I was just, this reminded me of one thing that happened with one Finnish production that did the post in Ireland, and unfortunately the Irish post-production guy had never seen snow in his life, so it was very complicated to get the right color into the show. So that was perfect. What you said. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for now, and you'll come back to the stage later. Thanks.